Hi guys, welcome back to THIKI. This is episode 3, I think, and today's my birthday. Yeah, it's my birthday, and I turned 20. I don't know if I'm gonna post this on my birthday or a day after, a few days after, but all I know is that today's my birthday, November 3rd. My third video on the 3rd, kind of crazy. I have a tattoo with a 3. 3 is my number. So this wasn't meant to happen this way. I was meant to like do a video earlier this week, but things just kept coming up and I wasn't able to do one. But it's funny how things work. But here I am on my birthday doing my third video on the 3rd for my 20th birthday. 2 decades. Wow. It's a bit scary and surreal because in this next decade, a lot of the goals I set from when I was younger, I have to achieve them. And not have to, but I want to achieve them. And it's a bit scary, but I think it's going to be okay. The main thing I want to talk about with that is goal setting and coordinating what I'm going to be focusing on and how I focus on different things. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about multidisciplinary people with multiple disciplines and people who do so many hobbies and so many different things or want to do so many different things in life, and that the core problem is how they split their time with it. And that has been something I struggled with for a long time because I do a lot of different things and have a lot of different hobbies, and even my friends are like, bro, focus on one, do one thing. But I'm like, I don't want to do one thing. But I realize I do have to break down how I do the things I do. And one thing I've done in the past month is I focused on one activity, one action, one discipline that I would hone my skills on and focus on for the month. And for October, it was drawing. I kind of follow this whole thing of if each month has its thing, I'll go based on that. So Inktober was in October, and that's a drawing, not competition, or drawing activity that is in a community. It's a community thing that people draw based on prompts every month, every day of the month of October, and it's supposed to be like spooky Halloween ink drawing that have to do with Halloween and stuff like that. Even though I didn't participate per se, I just use that as a guide to be like, okay, October is for drawing. Earlier this year, I got myself this sketchbook. See the Berserk sticker on there. I don't know if you can see it, but I got this as a way to let me take drawing more seriously. I really wanted to get better, but I had never really taken the time to do so. So this was my promise to myself to do so. It didn't start off that great. I was drawing, but I was too scared to put anything on the pages. And that was primarily because I spent like $15 on this book, and I was like, I don't want to waste any paper. I don't want to waste any pages. And I became too scared. I started cluttering the pages. I don't know if you can see that. I doubt you can. I started cluttering them with like a bunch of different sketches, stuffing as much as I could into the pages. If you actually want to see what's in here, just let me know. I'll probably do a sketchbook tour kind of thing. I see a lot of YouTubers doing them these days, like drawing every day for 30 days, stuff like that. So I'd be interested to do that for you guys if you wanted to. But either way, I was drawing in this not as often as I would like, and I was scared to draw in it, so it didn't really serve its actual purpose. But once school started back up, I was like, okay, I need to focus in on all the activities I want to do. So for October, I started drawing a lot more, working on the fundamentals, shapes, buying a lot of art supplies as well, drawing supplies, pens, pencils, different leads, mechanical pencils, doing research on that, watching a bunch of YouTube videos as well that were teaching me how to properly practice, how to properly do these things. And while I would say I'm not the best artist ever, the progress is clear for me. And taking this month has been one of the best decisions I've done for honing this skill and becoming better at drawing, because I used to put it in between everything else. And when you're so spread apart and doing all these different stuff, you truly do forget little things. You rush things, you don't take your time with the drawings, and that applies to all aspects of life. You tend to try and fit in as much as possible in your schedule, or at least that's what I did. I fit as much in my schedule with all the different other stuff that I was doing as well, that I wasn't able to take time to properly dedicate to the craft. And art takes time. You can't rush a sketch, or you can't rush a good drawing. And that was something I really did for a long time, and it didn't accurately show my progress as an artist. I was talking to a counselor, and they basically told me that that's also the same thing with life. You can't rush things. You can't force things. You have to take time to breathe. You have to take time to digest these concepts, digest the YouTube videos I'm watching, digest the muscle memory, like doing things to just let it naturally sit with me. And that's what I did. So because I was too scared of wasting paper this way, I went to Dollarama and I got I think a $4 sketchbook, and it's a bigger sketchbook too, a $4 sketchbook. And when I tell you, the change was almost immediate in how easy it was for me to draw on these pages. And though I wouldn't say they're my favorite things of all time, especially at the start, over time I started getting new tools, getting new pencils, and it just made it feel so much more natural. I was still fitting a lot of things onto the pages, as you can see here, if you can, but it was mainly because I was trying to get used to the pencils I was using, the new pencils I got. Taking more time, focusing, doing more reference drawings, because I never did that before. I always just drew from imagination, but I realized I have to actually study the world to accurately represent it. Doing things like from anime, a little Luffy right there, one of the best characters in anime. Don't try to don't debate me on that. Don't debate me on that. It's true. And yeah, just overall trying to find myself in my drawings, and that's one of the best things I did for myself. So this month of November, my birthday month, is for writing. I do screenwriting, novel writing. I think those are the two I'm going to focus on for this month. And I've already started writing a script. It's more just to start writing. It's not that I actually want to put it out there in a visual form or actually produce it or make it, but I just want to get used to writing scripts daily and getting the stuff in here on the page, getting used to formatting, stuff like that. I started formatting using Writer's Solo. It's Writer's Duet free version, and I'm just writing every day. Some days I'm going to be writing, continuing on the script I've started. Some days I'm going to just write a short, quick 2-3 page script and call that for the day or something like that. But on top of that, I'm also going to be doing some breakdowns, world building for a novel that I have in production. And that one is my more long-term goal, that I'm going to write some chapters, flesh that world out. But that's the month of November. It's also National Novel Writing Month, I think, if I remember correctly. If you know Brandon Sanderson, he's a big advocate for NaNoWriMo. That's what they call it shorthand. So that's why I said, okay, writing, we're going to spend November doing writing because that's what it is. And then for December, I think my plan is to do music for December. Instruments, maybe trying out some software. That's my goal for December, because Christmas, music, you know what I mean? That's the time for it. So that's my way of doing it and what I'm doing for that. And my takeaway for you guys is find the balance. Find the way to prioritize different things and know what you want to grow in and through. Like I said, I struggled with doing too much and being a jack of all trades, master of none. And while that isn't a terrible thing, it's something that has held me back in all of these different disciplines, because I never gave myself the time to build a stable foundation in each of these areas. My writing, I never really took it super seriously. I was always just doing things for fun in between everything else. Same with my drawing. But now I think I want to focus on it, take more time and just full sprint for this month and write. Last month was drawing and I saw a huge progress. Once again, let me know if you want to see my sketchbooks. I don't know how I'm going to film it with, I'm not as fancy as all those other people that have YouTube videos out there. So I don't know how I'm going to show you guys the sketchbooks or how it's going to look, but I think I have some ideas. So let me know. But I took the time to see where I was at and what I wanted to attack, and I focused in on one thing at a time. And yeah, that's a story of life. That's the story of life. Don't take on too much, because I don't think the saying is taking the trees for the forest or taking the forest for the trees, something like that. But when you focus too much on the big picture and getting everything done, you miss the intricacies and the details and the little things that you're missing here and there that could really boost your quality and your level of talent, skill, whatever you want to call it. And it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And in your day-to-day life, same thing can be applied. Take breaks for yourself. You are also a discipline, I guess you can say, if we're going with my terminology. You are a discipline as well. Though you might have school, work, and everything else that's going on, take breaks for yourself. That's one thing I'm learning still now, and I'm not fully grasped with. But having to know that you need the energy to keep going. All these stuff I'm doing, this is my way of allocating time for myself and being like, okay, I know I got school, I know I got work, but throughout it all, I'm going to focus on drawing, I'm going to focus on writing, because those are things I love to do. And these are my ways of forcing myself to take breaks and to take time for myself. And on top of that, I've been trying to read more, because I guilted myself into not reading books because I had to do readings for school. But yeah, everything can't be done if you're not well rested. I wish we could just keep going 24/7 and get everything we need to get done, but that's not how humans work. We need rest, we need breaks, or we get burnt out. And I know a lot of people, especially artists, or people that just work a lot, they get burnt out very easily. Students especially, they get burnt out really easily because we can forget to take time for ourselves because we feel like we have to do everything now. We have to do everything, boom, 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 boom. So yeah, moral of the story, take time for the things you love. Take time for yourself. Section things out to make sure you're leaving room for everything. Enjoy everything you have, because it's the only life you have. And yeah, that was something that I'm still trying to digest, and it is something I'm still trying to digest as I go into this next decade of my life. That's very scary to say, but this next decade of my life is going to be about growth and development and mental relaxation. Can I say that? I think that's the right way to put it. And yeah, not draining myself out too much. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. I'll see you next time. Who knows when I'm going to make another video. But once again, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see. If you do want a sketchbook tour, anything else, let me know. And that's THIKI. That's how I know it.